Greetings to all of you wonderful people from the future. Welcome in for episode 4 of the Nameless world, in which I'm trying my darnest to avoid making any kind of an effort to do anything in particular that I don't really feel like doing. I'm trying to kind of embrace the basic Taoist principles of trying to stay true to what I truly want to do, which might not be anything at all. So currently, we're on day 10? Day 9. I think we are on day 9 now. I'm doing 3 days per episode. We're on episode 4. So yeah, this is not. I'm not trying to be. I'm not striving for anything here. I'm not trying to be entertaining. I think I'm shooting more for kind of a relaxing, soothing, satisfying, perhaps, experience that I'm hoping some people would enjoy. But I'm not gonna edit anything. I'm just winging it over here, and I do hope that I believe that there's some charm to that, and I think that I will eventually find the right kind of audience for this. It might take me a long time. It might take some persistence. Like, I know I haven't really gotten far yet. I haven't really done much of anything, which is kind of the point. With this series, this time around, this is my 5th attempt, by the way. I had 4 false starts so far, so I have a really bad track record of following through with what I set out to do. But I really hope that this time it works out. You know, you gotta just keep trying, right? You can only... You'll keep failing until you won't. And you have to just try again every time you fail at something, right? And then eventually you will succeed, right? So, that's what I'm doing. Mostly I'm just collecting eggs from the chickens so far. Is what's going on. I got lots of eggs. Look at this. Just gathering up all the eggs. Holding a bed in my hand. I need to remember to stop doing that. I like to keep one slot empty in the user interface so that I don't do that, but then I forget to actually switch over to that slot. All right, let's get to the actual action. Let's do some action over here. I swear I'm not just gonna hang out over here and then talk about what this is all about the entire episode. Oh, it's already the end of the day. I only had about half of the day of this one because I stayed for too long. I spent too much of the day in the last episode kind of closing remarks with the closing thoughts. So I didn't really have much of the day left of the first day of this one. But basically, I'm kind of in the middle of trying to seek out good resting spots, like this one over here. This one I'm gonna call the pumpkin patch resting spot. Resting places. Good resting places. This is the 4th one that I found. I haven't been marking them in any way. Well, with a crafting table. I'm gonna mark them with a crafting table. That should be sufficient. I might make signs, put up signs. I do think I'm gonna actually start calling them specific things, just so that I can refer to them. This one's gonna be the wary pumpkins, or maybe is that a good name? I've been thinking that it's actually kind of a suspicious place to be camping out, because the forest biome. You know what? Like I was thinking to go through the forest to try to find the next resting place somewhere into the forest, going through the forest to the taiga over there. But I'm having second thoughts about that, because you know what? The forest is actually a pretty dangerous spot. Like, because it's you can get canopy trapped. You can run into some canopy and have a hard time. If you're being chased by something, and also the skeletons, skeletons and zombies. After they spawn, they can just chill out under a tree and wait for you to walk by. The skeletons in particular. The zombies will kind of try to go after you from further away, but the skeletons, man, they're a little smarter than that. They're gonna just hang out under a tree until you get closer to them, and then they'll snipe. Same with the creep. I mean, the creepers don't despawn, but oh, there's another egg. Yes, I am going to go all the way over there and collect that egg. I like collecting things. I don't like to watch things disappear. Anything that lands in the ground, I'm gonna pick it up, even if it's a sapling or a wheat seed. I like to hoard items in this game. All right, so I'm not gonna go through the forest. I decided I'm gonna leave the forest alone for the time being because it feels too dangerous. So I'm gonna stay clear of the forest. I'm gonna walk over to the spawn area, which is in this direction. And I don't really need a whole lot more of these resting places. The pumpkin patch, the wary pumpkin's resting place, or maybe the suspicious. Now the pumpkins themselves aren't suspicious. The pumpkins are wary of the forest that's right next to them. I'm actually not really sure if that's a good resting spot because it's right next to the forest. You know, so if I'm wary of the forest, maybe I shouldn't be sleeping even next to it, let alone actually going into it. So I'm gonna be using that campsite with great with great, what's the word? Caution. Caution is the word. Whew. This is a good little cave over here. Good spot to collect cobble when I get around to it. Yeah, I've been trying to avoid getting cobble because you know what? Like apparently you don't really need cobblestone. At least not you can survive indefinitely without even getting cobblestone. I've been thoroughly enjoying that. So I don't have any cobblestone. I'm still using wood tools because you know what? You don't need cobblestone. You don't need torches. Apparently, I kind of wanted to see how far will I get before I cave in to the Stone Age. And there's that beautiful horse I was talking about. That's one of them. There was another one that was like darker. Yeah, I found out how you tame horses. Apparently, you just keep trying to mount them, and eventually they become tame. So this is the spawn point. This is the spawn area, I guess. The spawn point itself is just to be exact. There's a village over there. The spawn point itself is over here by this little tree. This is where I started from. And there aren't any big trees right next to it. I mean, there's that one, but this isn't very big. It's not a very big tree. It's technically a big tree because it's still bigger than the small trees, but it's not a big tree. So I don't really like. I wouldn't call that a good resting place. And it's right next to this dangerous looking cave where things might crawl up on you from. So the spawn point itself, which is right here, this isn't actually a good resting place. So I'm thinking maybe this tree over here. This is a good resting place tree. It's just I can't quite call it the spawn point because it's a little further from the spawn point itself. The spawn point is kind of special because right around it, nothing will ever spawn. Things don't spawn within like a radius of like 20 blocks or so. Things just never spawn. There's so many flowers over here. Look at all these flowers. Yeah, I'm going to try to pause more and just appreciate the beauty of the surroundings a little bit in this playthrough. So I know this isn't this is probably not something, if you're most of the people that are watching these are seeing them for the first time, so it's mostly people that haven't watched any of the previous episodes, and frankly most of them would have stopped watching by now too. So if you are still watching, I'm very grateful for your viewership. I do hope that eventually I'll find the right kind of people that would appreciate this kind of thing. I'm pretty sure also people are waiting for me to get to a certain point in the game to like demonstrate proof of concept, to show that I'm capable of surviving in a hardcore mode world for a substantial duration of time, which I haven't done yet. I'm on my 5th attempt. I have not demonstrated the proof of concept yet, so it is completely understandable to me that very few people are trying to watch this currently, which is fine. That's to be expected. I'm not trying. I'm actually actively trying to avoid making clickbait titles. I did that a little bit with the previous series. I made some titles. Some of the titles, I mean, they were arguably good jokes, but I still felt bad about it. Like, I'm trying to avoid clickbait as much as possible. I don't want to be. I don't want to do it like that. I want to be. It feels too deceptive for me. All right, so this is going to be this little tree. This tree right here. This is an excellent spot. I'm going to designate this. I need to place a crafting table down. That's what I've been doing. That's the way I've been designating these. And I've been forgetting to do that with most of them. And I don't want it right next to the tree because then it's not gonna look right with the bed right next to the tree. Also, right here, like in this corner over here, it's a good spot for the crafting table. So this right here, now that I placed this crafting table, designates this tree as a good resting place. Let's call it the spawn area, spawn location. This spawn spot, resting place. I'm not sure. The spawn point. It's not the spawn point. The spawn point is a little further out. I'm not sure what to call it. The spawn area, spawn location, resting place. I'm gonna have to think about what to call it, guys. I guess the spawn. For the time being, for the lack of a better, more apt name, I guess I'll refer to it as the spawn point resting place. Yeah, it's not too far away from it, so it's still fairly accurate to call it that. So yeah, that's not a bad. Let's call it that. I have decided that I do want to actually give these places names because then I can refer to them. And I need to remember this location as a place where I can get iron from. There's some iron right there. And I have decided that I'm not going to go back to the village yet. I'm not going to go into the forest. Because for one, it's dangerous, and for two, if I'm just going to go to the village to use their campfires, well then I'm kind of missing the point. Then I'm kind of skipping over the whole concept of the whole idea of trying to avoid getting myself coal to make my own campfire. I mean, it's at that point I'm expending more of an effort getting to the village, going through this dangerous forest to get to their campfire and use their campfire. I'm making more of an effort to do that than to make my own campfire. So it doesn't really make sense to do that, right? And this is already, and I already got my fifth. This is already my fifth resting place. So I think that's basically enough. I mean, the first one is up on this hill, on the Cherry Hill. The Cherry Hill resting place is what I'm going to call it. So I've made full circle. And that's kind of all I wanted. Now I have a complete hiking trail that I can embark on. I can just wander around between these 5 resting places and take a break at each one of the resting places, and perhaps spend an entire episode hanging out at each of the resting places. I don't think I'm actually going to do that. I'm probably gonna. This might be my last episode before the Stone Age. I kind of just wanted to do it for long enough to just sort of absorb the feeling of just not having to gather any stone. Is it close to? I think it's almost dusk. It might be a good idea to just hang out here until it's time to sleep. Yeah, it's almost dusk. It's getting dark, so I shouldn't. This is why I'm looking for these resting places, so that I know where to go when it gets dark, so that I already have that figured out. Because I don't want to be caught off guard, hanging out, right in the open when it's time to go to sleep, because sometimes it's gonna rain, and I don't want to get caught in the rain. I hate to sleep in the rain, to just pitch my bed wherever I happen to be at, and then sleep in the rain. I hate to do that. So that is why I decided I'm going to seek out good resting places and have designated resting places. All right. So this is the spawn point resting place. Let's move on. Let's go back to the first one. I've completed the hiking trail. Now I have a hiking trail. Now I can just wander around. Now I can just wander around the hiking trail. I might eventually make stairs, put up stairs, and really accentuate the trail, but that's not necessary for now. I'm still very early in the game. Basically, the way I interpret it, and I don't really understand I don't know enough about Zen to claim to actually make the video about that, because there's a lot to it. There's a lot to Taoism. It's a lot more than just avoiding making an effort. And it's more complicated than that, or perhaps rather simpler than that. I'm not sure, but I can't claim to be an expert on this subject. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I titled the first episode Wu Wei because I do think that the idea behind the series is to just be as carefree as I can be, and to avoid doing anything, to avoid pandering to any kind of preconceptions of what you should be doing in Minecraft. And I kind of just want to take the time to absorb the atmosphere, the ambience, and just relax and appreciate the ambience, and just hang out and talk about whatever I feel like. Say whatever I feel like saying at the time. And this is it. We're back to the first checkpoint, the first resting place. It's right here on this hill, this cherry grove, the cherry tree resting place. These flowers are also kind of too close. This is where I'm gonna set my bed. This is where I would normally have my resting place at. So I'm gonna move these flowers over just so that they're not right next to the bed. Well, I guess they could be, like, if it's just like one or two, I guess that's all right. They could be right next to the bed. Yeah, that looks fine. That looks fine, actually. See what I mean? Like right now, it's raining now. Now I happen to be underneath some canopy, right? I am safe from the rain. So that is why I wanted to do this. It struck me as a great idea of something I could do before I bothered collecting any cobblestone or any coal. And there we go. Now I'm done with that step. Now I have five solid resting places that are just excellent. This one, it does feel like this branch is kind of too close to the bed. Like I kind of wish I had a little more space, but not really. It's not that bad. You know, it's not the picture. Like if I get close to it, you know, this looks all right. I kind of like the way things look. I try to make things look nice. Maybe I should be sleeping on this side, because it's a little roomier over here. But then again, it's going to be closer to the dirt. Now this is fine. This is my designated location for the time being, and it's fine. It's fine. It looks just fine. I gotta stop being so picky and just appreciate my lot in life. So this is exactly why I did this, so that I have a place to hang out at while it's raining, and not be in any kind of rush whatsoever to do anything. And I can just hang out here and eat an apple. You don't really need the campfires, because you could just eat apples. You don't really need to cook anything. And I went over there, first episode, or maybe second. No, it was the first episode. Second episode? I guess on the second episode I went over there, yeah, to use their campfires. But now I'm thinking I really don't need to be doing that for the time being. I mean, I'll get my own campfire going pretty soon, maybe in like a couple of episodes. I just wanted to like absorb the sensation of not even having that, of living on the bare minimum. And this is it. This is what living on the bare minimum feels like. All right, I can just hang out under the tree canopy. It's a little dark without the torches. I don't have any torches yet. I guess I should probably just shut up for a minute and let you guys enjoy the ambient sounds of the rain and the pigs and the donkeys. The horse, that's just a horse, that's not a donkey. And the bees. Some bees over here. So yeah, this is a great way to play Minecraft. It feels wonderful. Look at these beautiful petals. Isn't this relaxing, soothing and relaxing and refreshing? Now that hill right there, that does look pretty interesting over there with those caverns underneath. But that's across the lake, across the river, so I'm not gonna go there anytime soon. I don't really, even that coastline, I haven't really explored that coastline because it's a bit far away. I don't really need to go that far yet. I'm just gonna stick around to not very far from the spawn point. Alright, I almost forgot I need to place a crafting table over here. I haven't even placed a crafting table over here, and this is already a designated resting place. What's a good place for a crafting table? Thinking like right over here. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks just right. Excellent. Okay, well, it's going to rain for the entire day if I don't move from here. And I guess, you know, I feel comfortable enough to walk around in the rain as long as I don't have to sleep in it. And I think I can make it out to my next resting place over there before it's nighttime. I think I have enough time for that. So I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna go hike a little bit, hike to the next checkpoint, the next rest area, the next resting place. I'm gonna break these blocks down. I don't really like how they're jutting out like that. I've been looking at them for long enough. It's okay to make the effort in the sense that, you know, if you really want to, if you feel like it. The way I interpret it is, if you really feel like doing something, then it doesn't really take effort to do it. Then you're doing it for your own enjoyment, for the pleasure. And then it's effortless to do it. And the reason why that's associated with minimalism, with asceticism, the reason it's associated with that is that I think we get carried away doing things habitually that we don't even realize are things that we don't really like doing all that much. And I think that the reason why Taoism is associated so strongly with meditation and with minimalism, with kind of trying to live a monk-like lifestyle. The reason it's associated with that is because that enables you to introspect and to kind of get a better grasp, a better understanding, a better feel for the things that you really like, for your own impulses, for your own desires, of what are those things that you really want to do. Because the idea is to pause doing the things that you do habitually, to avoid, like in Minecraft, I still haven't collected the cobblestone because, maybe you don't really need the cobblestone. Let's see what it's like to not collect the cobblestone just yet, to not even get into the Stone Age. And it's very pleasant. And I could go on like this indefinitely. And it's a very pleasant experience. And this is the end of the second day of this episode. I got one more day to just wander around and enjoy the ambience. And enjoy the rain while I'm covered by the canopy. I was talking last episode about how I do think that it's important to avoid the discomfort of life, to avoid sleeping in the rain, for example. So I thought that was a good idea to seek out good resting places, and that's exactly what I did. And in this one, I'm just gonna walk around them again. Just gonna go around my little hiking trail now. Go around the 5 designated resting places that I've come up with. And yeah, I forgot to place a crafting table over here too. I need a crafting table here too. Like right here. Yeah, this is a good spot for a crafting table. There we go. So this one is the moon wasn't there because it was cloudy, but at dusk when you're about to go to sleep, the moon, you get to see a nice moonrise when you go to sleep. So I think I'm going to call this the moonrise resting place. So this kind of is the second one on the route. The third one on the route is over there by that tree right there, and that one I've been referring to as the Nameless Plains resting place. Okay, these 3 blocks. I think I'm ready to go ahead and shovel them away. I'm very gradually, I'm going to flatten out the terrain here and there. And I planted a tree over here just to see, how many attempts it makes at becoming a full-fledged tree, at a large oak tree. You know, how many times it takes. But I mean, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. That's all right. I already did it. I felt like doing it, although you know, I had second thoughts about it. Like maybe I'm actually adding a burden to my effortless life. You know, like because am I really going to be up for chopping it down multiple times before it finally grows into a large sized tree? But we'll see. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll just grow into a large tree right away. It just seemed like a good spot to put a sapling down because there was that one dirt block sticking out. But all right, I'm walking over to the third resting place, the Nameless Plains over here by this tree over here. I think you can walk around all 5 of them within a single day. Yeah, this tree right here. This little shape, these dirt blocks right here, I'm going to remove these dirt blocks. It feels very effortless doing this, because it's a great pleasure to do this. I like to remove dirt blocks that are kind of, you know, when there's just a few of them. I like doing that. It feels nice. It feels like the right thing to do. And this little cave, I looked down there. It's not very dangerous. It looks like it's going to be fine because it's lit up enough that I don't think anything spawns there during the day. And I'm thinking to place the crafting table over here. I just want to break down all the tall grass. The tall grass makes it a bit more dangerous because you can't, you know, if you're trying to fight something off, you might be running through the tall grass, and then the hitbox of the grass might obstruct the hitbox of whatever mob you're trying to escape from. So I do end up habitually breaking down grass here and there, but not all of the grass. I don't just go around breaking up all of the grass because it also looks nice. You know, I do like leaving the space mostly grassy for the most part. All right, where do I want to place a crafting table? I guess I don't really want it to be immediately by the cave, just in case things do spawn in there. I'm probably going to end up filling it in with dirt. So you end up with lots of dirt over time. Gosh, I keep holding the bed in my hand. I keep forgetting about that. I should go ahead and... Well, I don't really want to place it down, because I'm going to make it back to the pumpkins before the end of this day. And then I'll probably make it back to the spawn point. And then I'll probably make it back to the Cherry Hill. The Cherry Hill resting place. This is the Nameless Plains resting place. This is the third one on my route. This is where I would normally place the bed down, right here. Alright, I need to figure out what's a good spot for the crafting table, because I do want to leave a crafting table at each one of these. Right here. Why not? This is a good spot. Eventually, I'm going to get myself the torches, and I'm going to have a fence post. I'm going to start putting up the fence posts and the torches. I just wanted to absorb the feeling of not doing that at first. And this might be it. This is probably going to be the last episode in which I do that, in which I avoid getting into the Stone Age. All right, that's enough of this one. I've spent enough time over here. Let's hike over to the next one. to my next resting place. See, now I can just enjoy the hike. I have a little hiking trail developed. I can move from resting place to resting place, and I know exactly where to go when it gets dark, so that I never have to sleep in the rain. And it feels very satisfying. And this right here, this area right here is clearly the chicken plains. There's so many chickens. This is where the majority of my eggs have come from. Over here with these chickens. I've been thinking about this hill because I think this is actually a good place to make a little dugout. Carve a little dugout into the hillside. Might be a good spot for that. If I end up doing that, I'm not sure if that's really what I want to do. I haven't really made up my mind about what I want to build first. I haven't really gotten that far. I haven't thought that far into things. See, I opted against designating this tree as the resting place because I don't like it that the bed would be right on the ledge, because I don't want to fall off the bed at night, and hit my head on the dirt or something like that. So I decided this wasn't a good location. So I went with that tree over there by the pumpkin patch, even though it's right next to all of these little trees in the forest. So this is probably, I would say that this is the most precarious one. This is the one that I feel least comfortable sleeping at. I might have to break down these immediate trees that are right next to it, that are in its most immediate vicinity. As a matter of fact, I think I have enough time during the day to go ahead and do that, just to feel a little safer. Just to make it a little safer for myself. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Yeah. And this one. I'm accumulating so much wood because I'm not using it for anything. Lots of wood and lots of eggs. I'm gonna need to make a chest for all of these eggs. I don't want to. I don't want to break them into chickens yet, and I don't want to make any chicks yet from breaking down the eggs, because I can't cook them. I don't have a campfire yet, so there's no sense in trying to make more chickens happen. And I'm not sure where I want to do it at. I'm not sure where I want to set up my chicken farm. Eventually, I'm going to have something like that going, but I think it's going to be a while because I haven't really thought much about where yet. At first, I really just wanted to figure out where are some good resting places. And I found them. I got 5 of them going on. That's all I really need. I probably have enough time to move on to the next one. Well, no, because I gotta break these leaves down first. I don't like leaving the canopy like this. I do like to either break it down or wait long enough, or do something in the vicinity. Just wait for them to break down. There's another apple. So yeah, I'm going to avoid this forest. I don't really need to go to the village for anything. It takes more effort to do that than to just make my own campfire. Next episode, guys. I'm pretty sure next episode, it's gonna be the end of the pre-Stone Age. This is the Dirt Age, I suppose. The Wooden Age. That's my first birch sapling? Huh. I guess that was the first birch tree that I cut down. I already got all kinds of wood on hand. Yeah, I think I have enough time to make it to the next resting place. Let's go for it. Let's go to the spawn point resting place. I think I'm probably eventually going to chop some of these trees down too, just to clear the path a little bit more, to make it feel a little safer. Because it feels a little precarious walking by all of these short trees, because I don't know where all of the little caves are, because I haven't explored the forest entirely. Even after you do explore, there's going to be little surface caves hiding everywhere, that you just haven't noticed, you know, that are easy to miss. So the way to approach these forest biomes is basically, you know, what I really like to do. Oh, there's that horse. There's my favorite horse. That's the horse that I saw right at spawn. He's a beautiful one. Black horse with white dots. All right, I need to go sleep. It's getting dark fast. But see, now I am prepared. I know exactly where to go. This is it. Here's my spawn point resting place. I'm gonna sleep right here. Pitch my bed right here. And that's it. And then I'll call it a day. And that was episode 4, in which I just wandered around. Well, I placed crafting tables at my designated resting places. There we go. I have no idea what I'm going to call this episode yet. I haven't really figured that out. Maybe, you know, I feel bad about trying to come up with clickbait titles. Maybe I'm just going to call it the Untitled episode. It's better to just leave it untitled than to come up with something silly. So this is probably going to be, I might even use, I'm just going to use this sunrise as the thumbnail and just leave it untitled. Just call it episode 4 of the Nameless World. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Let me know if you found this, you know, soothing and satisfying to watch, and if you enjoyed the ambience. Let me know. Let me know if there's anything I can improve on too. Maybe I'm talking too much. Let me know if you think I'm talking too much. Perhaps I should shut up sometimes a little more of the time and just let you guys just appreciate the natural sounds and the music, you know. All right, that's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. Shadowlay, my fellas. Shadowlay.